way. We've got Nathan Jane on pole and he's heading into the corner first. Who have we got behind him? Looks like Jared Love out there with Nick Campenhout on the Husqvarna racing close behind. And just entering the back straight there, looks like there is Jared Love taking the lead, and closely chased by the Husqvarna of Nick Campenhout. And out around the outside, drag down the straight. You guys come around the back there on the screen. There's a good battle going on for first place. Not sure what kind of tyres these boys are on. I think some of them might still be on the wet tyres, which is probably a bit of a struggle. So as we've got Jared and Nick battling for the lead, we'll go back through a few. We've got Nathan Jane sitting there in third place, closely chasing down those front two. And behind him it looks like Ian Reid. And then we've got Rangi in 19th place, followed by Grant. Oh, sorry, he's number 19. In 6th place we've got Grant Erskine. And that about rounds up the field. Yeah, Nick seems to have a bit of an edge through the infield there on the Husqvarna. Seems to be through the corners he's got a bit more pace, but down the straights they seem to be just have a slight edge on the 800cc Husqvarna. Coming down the back, what that boy on? Finishing off the second lap, is it? Nick seems to be really pushing that Husqvarna side by side down the straight. I think Nick will be hoping to get the jump on that last lap through that last corner. We've got Rangi there on the R1 chasing down Ian Reid. Those two boys having a bit of a battle a bit further back from the front guys. Ian Reid on the R6 and Rangi on the R1, so having a good battle there. And back to the front we've still got Jared Love leading the way, closely followed by Nick Campenhout and Nathan Jane. We've seen Jared Love there just have a small moment. I'm not sure what's going on there, but and Nathan Jane just taking the lead from the Husqvarna of Nick Kempenhout. Yeah, possibly a mechanical issue there for Jared, but unfortunate as he was doing really well through that first half of the race. Seems to be getting him back on the track. See if he's coming around for another lap or if he pulls into the pit. But we've got... Yep, so Jared seems to be off there. He's retiring to the pits for the remainder of the race. So we've got Nathan slowly making a decent gap over Nick Kempenhout. They've got pretty similar lap times there, but maybe a small mistake from Nick that's held him back a couple of seconds there. Back onto the front straight. And Nathan Jane seems to have it pretty well under control. Nick pushing a bit wide, looking down at his machine. What could go wrong with a Husqvarna? Absolutely nothing, I'm sure. We've got Ian Reid and Adrian Clear coming down the front straight in third and fourth place. They'll be pretty happy with that. And we've got Grant finishing off the pack, running in 123s, which is pretty good for him. Only a second off the guys in front, so it's not too bad at all. So bringing around lap 5 of the 8-lap race, so 2.5 to go, and should be all good for Nathan Jane, who is leading the way over the start-finish line, and he has put in a 1:16.8, which is not too bad for a pretty seedy track out there. Seems to be pretty dry, but not sure whether they are on wets or dries at the moment, but it seems to be going alright. So Nick Kempenhout putting in a few 1:19s. His best time so far is a 1:18.8, and he's about 5 seconds behind the lead at the moment. It's just fallen off the back of Nathan Jane. Behind him, got a bit of a gap, is Ian Reid, sponsored by TSS Red Baron. Running along smoothly. Nice smooth run here today. Just discussing him with him earlier whether to change to the wets or the dry setup, and I think it looks like he's stuck to the wets, as is Rangi on the number 19 R1, chasing not too far behind him. The white flag's out, so that the last lap for these guys. We've got Nathan Jane still leading with quite a clear gap on Kempenhout. So I think that'll about sum up the field. We've got Nathan Jane coming around to finishing first place. As he comes through the last 3 corners, bit of a sweeper. It's been pretty wet over there all day, and onto the front straight with those nice slippery white lines. That's Nathan Jane in first place, closely followed by Nick Kempenau, a bit of a wheelie. You'll be happy with that. Some extra points for the championship. And we've got Ian Reid finishing off third place. And Rainey fourth, and we've got Grant coming around. Actually, it looks like he's made up a fair bit of ground and he's just coming over the finish line. So great race by him. And that's the field.